Uli na ka? Asa makatanaw?
Uli na ko.
Uli na ka? Uli na ka, day? Uli na ka, day?
Asa pa uli? Tibo.
Sa heart ni Robert. Love niyo mo si Papa?
Tara na.
Wala na. No comment, guys. No comment, guys. Showbiz.
Hi guys! It's gonna be my parents' last night tonight because they will be going to Philippines. And then we have a biggest problem. How can we put this? It's all over. And you know their Samsonites are very heavy. Ito, iiwan na nga lang itong mga boxes. Okay. No espacio. So we'll see!
Awa, guys. Siyan, guys. Comparison.
Pero pag iipit, gamay na kayo guys.
May curves siya, guys.
Gamay na.
Gosh.
May curve sa front, may curve sa gilid.
Balikbayan, no?
Wow!
Anong lipstick yan, Day?
Siyempre sa akin.
Anong, alayo, sa tubag, sa ato ang ipautana, no? Layo kayo mong tubag mo. Layo pa, ilayo pa sa ton distance, girl, Day. Hi! Ano? Baya ni Madam.
Tara na!
Ang agoy na Ew! Pa, tarungay mo buhok ba? Noon sa man ang buhok ka, eh.
Yuta. One minute ang yuta.
Sabi mo na pa.
Ano naman? Anong problema? Buhok sa ilong. Ha? Susok lang yan po.
Tigulang na mo, no?
Hindi, ganyan talaga yan. Sumusunod lang kami.
Ha?
Sunod-sunuran lang.
Meron pa palang back portion yun eh. Galing oh. Oo ha?
Tingnan mo yung dinadaanan mo ha. Baka bigla ka
Nag-iba ko tanging.
malisod.
Wala, sabak.
the next morning.
Hi, Rated Donuts! It's been a while. I apologize for not uploading some new videos kasi nga we're kind of busy sa mga bagay-bagay, especially right now. There's a surge for COVID again here in the United States. So, what am I gonna talk about today? I'm gonna talk about traveling to the Philippines. So, my parents will be going home for this Christmas and will have their vacation to Philippines. And you know, nowadays, it's very difficult anywhere you go, and most especially international flights. Every countries, they have their own regulations. What are the requirements? So, I'm gonna discuss to you tips in traveling to Philippines. So, before and foremost, I went to the Google, to Mr. Google. Hi to Mr. Google and thank you to Mr. Google. So I went to the Philippine Tourism USA team and to obtain the Philippine Travel Advisory, okay? Keeping us safe is the priority, especially for elderlies. Yung parents ko po ay mga senior na, so mga teenagers, kung ika nga. So I want them to be safe. Unang-una, ang kinonsider ko is what are the flights available going to Philippines. Second, the route. Where are they gonna stop over? When is the final port of exit or port of entry? So, saan yung mga bagay-bagay na yan? Dalawa, for Philippines, it's either you going to off Manila and then off Cebu. So, I believe that is the only international airports, or even I think Davao, but I do not know if Davao is fully operational this time. Since taga Cebu yung parents ko, they still have two options at the same time. So either Manila, LA Manila, and then Manila Cebu, or LA via Hong Kong, via Taiwan, via Korea, via Singapore, and then going to Cebu. So, we weigh yung mga bagay-bagay. So, we weigh the options and, of course, the convenience of the two teenagers, which are my parents. So, my parents chose the Korean Airlines. Bakit? Why Korean Airlines? It is because it is more convenient for them to be off in Cebu. If they will be in Manila, they still have to stay at least 3 days and 2 nights in Manila, and then they still have to require some clearances again aside from the swab going to Cebu. Moving forward, they chose Korean Airlines. So, LA, Korea, Korea to Cebu. So, what are the requirements? First of all, you must purchase a ticket. So what I did, I purchased a ticket via Korean Airlines. Oh, by the way guys, I'm always fun in organizing things out para easier, no? So I bought a clear folder for my parents para it's easier for them. And you know, mga teenagers na, makakalimutin. So I also have a sample for them to fill out some, such as arrival card, yung mga yellow cards nila, which is their guide. So, arrival cards. So, kukopyahin na lang nila yan, guys. So, para ganon, immigration and all. And also choosing a flight, connecting flight, it's your choice whether to have an hour or 2 hours layover or more than 1 to 2 hours. So my parents chose to have a longer layover. Why? Because ayaw nila magmadali. They don't wanna go faster. Gusto nila
Kumembot, Kembolar sa Korea.
So they wanna just relax, going home. 2 days prior to their flight dito sa Amerika, we have several sites for COVID testing. Although hindi naman nire-require guys, kasi i-test naman talaga sila doon sa Philippines. But just in case, there's nothing harm in getting one. So 2 days before their flight, I sent them to one of the testing sites here in United States, in California, in Orange, California. So, pina-COVID test ko na silang dalawa. Both of them are negative. Okay? prior to their flight as well, preferably 3 days or 2 days before their flight. I also booked them a hotel in Cebu because for quarantine. So at least preferably 3 days and 2 nights. So where did I obtain this list? When you go to the, like example for us, Korean Airlines. So when you go to Korean Airlines, they have this COVID-19 travel update. So when you press that one and look down and check Philippines, they have all the lists of the hotels. Or you may go to the Department of Health or Department of Tourism. So they also have those sites for the list of hotels in Cebu for quarantine. I may also mention it down so kung anong website. Next, thankfully, my brother Roman booked them in Cebu for 3 days and 2 nights at Red Planet Hotel. So you must have a confirmation number or confirmation booking 3 days and 2 nights. And also, the transportation, hindi po pwedeng your family is gonna pick you up at the airport. So, depende from your city, LGU, local government unit, barangay. So, you have to coordinate with them. In Cebu, mostly, I already coordinated with my brother, so it's going to be the hotel. So, hotel's gonna pick you up at the airport and then airport to hotel and stay there for at least 3 days and 2 nights until your COVID swab test results comes out. Hotel. So, meron sila ditong travel reference number because when you go to the website of Korean Air, Philippines, and then you have to fill those up at least 2 days, usually 2 days guys, 2 days or 3 days before the flight, you have to fill up or register. Fill up the registration form there. Ang mag-pop up doon is Mactan Cebu International Airport. So each passenger will have to register. So for my parents, my mom and dad, I registered them up so they were able to obtain the travel reference number and the CR or the barcode because they will be needing this when they arrive in Cebu for their swab test. These are the numbers or the codes that they are looking for. So again, they have their confirmation sa hotel. Next, I also downloaded a Mactan Cebu International Airport Authority undertaking. So, for their convenience naman sa parents ko, pinilapan ko na and they just have to sign. So, isn't that great? Next, the Central Visayas Center for Health Development. Central Visayas Center for Health Development undertaken and beyond other forms. Actually, kinuha ko na lang to according to my research. Central Visayas Center for Health Development undertaking. I also filled those up already and then they're gonna sign it. And then the patient profile sheet from the Central Visayas Center as well of Health Development. And also, when you arrive in Cebu, you will be filling up the health declaration card, which is, they call it yellow card. So again, finilapan ko na lang po din dito and then they will just have to sign it there kung saan sila dapat mag-sign. These are just sample forms, you know, to make their life easier. And then, they also have to fill up the arrival card. Sa aeroplano pa lang, guys, they will be giving this. Since yung route nila is LA, Korea, Korea, Cebu. So, sa Korea to Cebu, bibigay na to. The stewardess or the flight attendant will be giving these forms for them to fill up. Para hindi naman sila mag-crowded doon sa Cebu International Airport. And also, for the customs declaration, finilapan ko na lang din para kopyahan na lang din nila. And then, I also have here the case investigation form just in case, no, God forbid. So I also have to fill those up already para hindi sila mahirapan. Those are the form. My cousin flew to Philippines via Philippine Airlines, so they also gave me a sample of the form. Although this is only for the Philippine Airlines going to Manila, so meron din silang passenger health locator form. but I don't think that Korean Airlines require this, but just in case, I fill those up for their guide as well, just in case. And if you will be disembarking in Cebu, it says here all passengers traveling to Cebu are required to complete an online registration to obtain the travel reference number and a barcode. Yun guys ang sinasabi ko. When they arrive in Cebu, pick upin sila ng hotel, transportation, going to their hotel stay. Again, they cannot be picked up by a relatives. So, and then I think that's it, and I don't see any requirements here which is required in Korea. So again guys, what are the important things today in traveling to Philippines? I also bought this para convenient din para sa mga teenagers ko, yung dalawang teenagers ko. So I have this, so I have their passport. Unang-una, both of my parents are still Filipino passport holder and they are both green card holders. So, no problem. Ito ay cover lang po. So, walang restriction when it comes to citizenship or ikaw by American citizen right now. So, they're okay to travel. No other things needed. So, they just have to bring their green card so that when they come back to America, there will be no problem. Pinabarya ko na po. These are the tips and changes. So, you have to make barya, tagwa $1 para pang tip mo sa kung sino man. Kasi I don't have any available Philippine money or Philippine pesos. Meron man, I called several exchange, mga forex, but you have to reserve, which is yun ang mali ko. Just in case in the future, I'll do that para at least Philippine peso na ang carry nila. Kasi my parents, they don't want or they don't have any credit cards. They don't want to have cards either. Cash sila, cash person. Of course, the swab. For you to know, the swabbing in Cebu, I do not know in Manila, but according to the Korean Airlines, it costs 4,900 pesos each for those returning non-OFW. Whatever. So, and don't forget for the N95 and a face shield. We wish them or we pray them for safe travel, that may God guide them and may they be safe for their travel to Philippines. Okay? Keep safe everyone and we'll be updating you soon. Thank you!